Hello IS 2200 students. This is Dr. Ali, hoping that you're having a great day wherever you are. This is a video demo for the database, the business database assignment. My first screen is the Microsoft Access application after I had opened it. I have all of these options to start with. Of course, it provides to you many databases. I am going to select the blank database. I'm going to click on it. It's asking me for two things here. The first is going to say to be the name. I am going to call it Ali Diner. Okay. And let's say DB for now, or Ali database, it doesn't matter. I am going to tell it where to save it, so I'm going to click this folder button. I'm going to choose my places here. I had created a folder previously called Access Demo. I'm going to select it here. As you see, there is a sample database that you will see shortly. This is the one I had created with the data in it for the speed of the process. But for now, my initial one is called Ali-Diner-DB. In your case, if you just put your last name -DB will be just fine. I'm going to click on OK. And now I selected the name and I selected the location. I will do create. So, a database is made of different objects. The main object of a database is a table. As you see here, after I opened my document, it goes to a table that it's asking me to enter some information. I am going to close that screen with this X here, and I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to click on the create button here. I am going to tell it create table in design view. Here is going to show me what kind of items I have meaning in this case the different fields. So the field name here, the first one, I'm going to create the product table. I'm going to create the product table. So I will say product ID, and this one is going to be a unique identifier for my products, the products I'm going to sell. Here I am going to select auto number, meaning I'm going to let Microsoft Access create those. Here the description, I say this is a unique identifier for each product. I press the tab key or click the mouse that will give you different will take you from one place to another. I'm going to do here product name. This is going to be short text. If you click on the drop down list here, it shows you the different data types. Why is that important? Because in some places you need to use text, some places you need to use currency, and you'll see this shortly. Short text is okay. The product name here, this is basic name of the product, whether it is fish or oysters or cupcake or watermelon, whatever. Okay, now the product description. Again, this is short text. Here I would say this is a full description of the product, etc., etc., etc. Again, this is short text. Next, I'm going to say unit cost or cost per unit. This one here should be currency. If I press the C, it will give me currency because that's the only C, or click the drop down list. Here, this is the supplier's price for each unit of a product. Tab, I'll go to sale price. This is also currency, and the description is this is our selling price, or the selling price to our customers, meaning in the shop, in the diner. Okay, so this is my first table. I could save it in many different ways because it hasn't had a special name here. If I click on save, it's going to give me the chance to type the name. I'm going to call it TBL product. Why did I use TBL product, or the TBL acronym here? Not acronym really, but the abbreviation. This is to show that what kind of object it is. Because if I'm going to create a report for the product table, I'm going to call it RPT product. So I know they're related, yet they're different kind of objects. So that's something nice to be aware of. I'm going to click on OK. It comes in with this message here. It says you need a primary key. What a primary key is the identifier for the table. In this case, it's our product ID. It's asking a table must have a primary key for you to define a relationship. We're not going to worry about relationship in databases. This is more advanced. So I'm going to click on yes and move on with life. So I'm going to close it. Now here is my table. If I double click on it, it will give me the chance here to enter some information, and that's what I'm going to do. This product ID, as we learned, it is an auto number, so it is going to create it automatically when I start typing the product name. I'm going to press here and then move to the product name, and in this case here I'm going to say oysters. Again, this could be anything. The product description, this is case of oysters, fresh, and I'm going to say count 20 to 40. Just description I'm making up as we go. And the unit cost that we're going to pay here, we're going to say $10.99. This is for the whole bag, just for the heck of it. So we're gonna just humor me for this. It's really, these are not real number for oysters. Oysters are more expensive than that, especially if they're fresh. So our sale price is not going to be the whole case. So this one I'm going to say $8.99. Again, go with the numbers in our case. That will make your life a little better. You don't have to come up with these. I'm just making a point for the discussion. So I'm going to tab here, and I'm going to tab again, and shrimp is my next item, and this one here is bag count. Let's say frozen count 15-20. Okay, in this case I'm going to say this is gonna cost us $7.19, and we're selling each order by $10.25. That's pretty good profit margin, and so on. After you enter all these products, you save this one, you close it, and you have a table that has content in it. Then the second table you need to create is the employee table. Again, we go create, and we go table design. And the field names, of course, I'm going to call this one here employee number. I'm going to say auto number. This is going to be again unique identifier for each employee. And employee last N for name, short text, again last name of each employee, and so on. Okay, first name, Please take the time to complete the description. I'm just making it a point here for you. So meaning here I put just last name. It really should be this is a field that includes the first name of an employee. And then what else do we need? Employee address, meaning street. This is text. Street address, street number, and name for the employee's address, and so on. And you complete all of this, and you will see eventually when I show you the sample database what we have included there. Okay, but for our sake, employee number, employee last name, employee first name, employee, this one here, address, employee city, text, and employee state, text. And then we're going to say one interesting thing here. We're going to add full-time. I'm going to say, is this a full-time employee or not? So we're going to say yes and no. Okay? And then we're going to say here wage or salary. We're going to use currency. And you'll be able to put the description. Again, here the idea, I wanted to show you the second table so that you're able to look at two different, another new type of data, meaning for the full-time, yes or no. And you will see this in a second, how we enter the first one. I'm going to say save. It's going to give me the chance to call it table employee. I'm going to click OK. Same thing, you've seen this message before. Yes. Exit. I double click on it and it will give me the chance. I clicked on the wrong table. Give me the chance to do this here. The first one, I'm going to say Jones, employee last name, Thomas. Employee address, I'm going to put our schools, Chastain Road, Kennesaw, GA. We don't need to worry really about the zip code, but it is good to have. Full time here, I will check on it or press the space bar and that will give me this item here. I'm going to put $9.75. His hourly rate. I'm going to do one more. I'm going to say Fowler, Jenny, and in this case it's going to be 88 Barrett Street. I know we have Barrett Parkway, I'm just making it a point here. Barrett Street, and it's also going to be in Kennesaw. And she is not a full-time employee or vice versa, it doesn't matter really. On my sample you would see that one of them is an employee, a full-time, and one of them is not. So for Jenny, we're going to give her $25 because she's a manager or whatever. Again, this is how you create a table and enter data. I hope that you found this helpful. This is Dr. Ali wishing you nothing but the best. Take care.